Hello, everyone. Welcome once again to the Brony Show, episode 554. I am your host here to bring you the Brony community for this week. I am Circuits Main. And I am joined by a wonderful group of panelists here to bring you another haunting tale of Brony Show. We are joined, of course, by Deathlight Productions,
I
DM21,
It's a spooky time of year.
Tech Stallion.
Got plenty of Halloween pictures here.
I noticed. Zombie Toa. Who's not?
I have more stuff for Halloween.
And ZZ, screw the bot. Suki.
I need drink.
And of course, we are here to bring you the Brony community for this week. And this week, it's going to be a bit of a lighter one. We're going to be playing a little bit of catch up since last week we did a big event due to unfortunately losing our moderator to work. So we have about 2 weeks worth of news, videos, and such content. And along with that, over the weekend, I went to an anime convention, which was a great and wonderful, roaringly good time. However, because of that, I apparently exhausted myself more than I expected. And by the time I got home, I crashed for a few hours and barely even had time to make show notes, let alone get anything else set up. So we're going to be going back to a fun favorite of ours for downtime. And we're going to bring up Tabletop Simulator, and we're going to do a puzzle. And that is me choking on my own airwaves. So, in regards to that, we do want to give everybody the opportunity to make a contribution if they so choose. In this case, we don't have a Halloween picture lined up for this just yet. So what we're asking is for anybody out there who wants to throw a wonderful, fun little Halloween picture at us to put into the Tabletop Simulator puzzle, go ahead and get a copy of the image. If you're in a Discord, put it in our Pics and GIFs, which is currently being flooded by Tech Stallion. I think you can go ahead and relax on that a bit. Let other people get some breathing room in.
And remember, the best rule, don't have something that's more or less a similar shade to anything else on there.
Unless you really want to drive us crazy. But essentially, we're probably going to have time for one, maybe two puzzles, but we're going to aim for one at the least, for obvious reasons. And we'll pick the best one that we can find out of all the images presented, throw it into the puzzler, and have ourselves a fun little time so we can have a little downtime. But before we do all of that, I'm going to go ahead and start us all off with the normal warming up of our vocal cords, as well as talking a little bit about ourselves. And that is with a little bit of wub. So every week I ask all of you, what's up, bronies? I'm going to go ahead and jump into this right off the bat, though, just for fun. Because sorry, my brain just kind of snapped there for a second.
It happens, especially when I'm around.
It is especially because of you. Anyway, so an anime convention. Yeah, I had a blast. It was actually a wonderfully good time. One of the fun things I did was I think we've discovered a new tradition, which is going to make my liver hate me.
More so than normal?
Yeah. Well, in this case, what happened is, as we were leaving, we decided we were going to check out a restaurant that I've been wanting to check out a couple of times since I found out it existed, and I found out it doesn't make coffee because it was called Rooster's Brewery. And for some weird reason, when I saw that, I initially thought it was a coffee house. Boy, was I wrong. But it is actually basically a restaurant bar that actually has its own microbrewery. It has its own line of brews and beers.
Oh, that's fun.
Oh yeah, and here's the fun part.
Ooh.
Now you have to order food with it because it's Utah, but you can actually order a 24-ounce growler of whatever beer they have on tap. So we went over there. I had a wonderful double cheeseburger off of them and some great fries, and I got a 24-ounce growler of the current lager that they have because unfortunately they ran out of their Halloween pumpkin flavor, which is kind of a bummer. But yeah, right now in my fridge, I have a big glass growler full of beer. I'm not gonna get to it yet, but yeah, just the fact that this is a thing is hilarious, and it's actually reasonably priced too. It's for basically getting 8 cans worth of beer in a growler and the growler itself. So yeah, I may have discovered a new tradition. But yeah, along with that, the convention itself was pretty fun. You know, I got to check out some panels, got to check out some animes that I was interested in. Got a few things from both the secondhand sale as well as the vendor halls themselves. A few things I'm sure I can think of a couple of things I'm sure Suki would take particular interest in, but I'm not going to talk about it because they're not pony related. Instead, I'm going to go ahead and turn the rest of the time over to you guys. Do you have any other wub time for us?
Not much. Just trying to deal with life around here. I had my mother's birthday this past weekend. Mine was previous weekend, so that was a fun week in total. Yeah, just all the fun stuff in my neck of the woods.
You know, boring little me, doing nothing at all. Same thing day in, day out.
Yeah,
You do not
you're
have
just a
boring
boring
life,
old.
my good fellow.
Yeah, boring's
Yeah,
not bad. But yeah, you're hardly boring.
I got the I noticed the camper was out of square, so I had to grab some ratchet straps from my Explorer to bring it back into square. And
Did you do the actual square ones that's on the rounded side, or?
I used
just
my
standard?
eye.
Okay. I'm sorry, they do have
Yeah.
squared off things for the ratchets.
But yeah, so all I did was I grabbed some ratchet straps and my Explorer and then put into 4-wheel low and just drug the thing out until it came back into square. Then I of course hammered it and all that other fun stuff that you do in frame straightening. It's still about a 1/4 inch off, but it's a lot better than it was when I first started. And then I almost popped my ankle out of place again. That was fun.
Oh yeah.
Rough housing, like an idiot at work. You know how it is.
Yeah.
Okay. While looking for some Halloween pics, I just saw a pony sitting on a broom and my head went somewhere.
And then one of my friends over at, well, he doesn't work there anymore, but I keep in contact with him. We found out that there's a racing class for 2.3 liter engines, and we're like, hey, you know those Rangers that they made forever that have those engines with the 4 or 5 speed manual? We should get 2 of those and see about racing them. So, yeah, and they're cheap little things. You can buy them anywhere from like 500 up to 2,000 standardly. So cheap little pickups. They're fun.
Oh, sorry. I just realized I almost forgot something really important. Well, 2 things really, but one important thing. But anyway, did you have anything further at Deathlight?
I was in a drunk stream, but we can talk about that a little bit later when we show pictures.
Yeah.
So.
Alright, okay. Yeah, unfortunately I don't have any pictures of either of these, but before I went to the convention, I did get the one of 2 the other plushie I was waiting for. I have the official Flufflepuff plush from U2's. The big old fluffy pony plush.
Does it love dancing on rainbows?
It can't even stand on its own reconnaissance. It's stuck in a sitting position. It's cute, but it's kind of funny in a weird way. It's like having a lump. It's like a fluffy lump. It's really amazing.
It's just there to be there.
It's there to be seen. It is adorable though. However, that's not the big thing I have. No, the other thing I'm going to start off with this convention that I go to every year for anime. It's right next to a couple of different stores and malls and things like that. And one particular store it's next to is a super Target. And in my infinite wisdom, the day before I went onto their website and I searched up a quick little term. And they did happen to have a few available. So I ordered it and I picked it up when I was at the convention that on the day one. This, of course, being a Pinkie Pie pumpkin decorator.
Well, there's already memes of it, and you can see it in bits and gifs.
Of course. And now I have the actual Pinkie Pie pumpkin decorator with pinky head, pinky legs, pinky paint, and no pumpkin. I'm honestly debating on two things. I could easily just get a real pumpkin, paint it, and let have at it and get a picture of it. A horrible, sick part of me is tempted to try to find a fake pumpkin that I can paint that's made out of styrofoam, so I could shove those arm pieces on there and keep it permanently as a decoration.
I say that's the better idea.
I've been tempted to get some skeletons and just have them permanently added to my truck.
But what about a pinky pumpkin?
I don't know yet.
Okay, now we got Toa flooding pics and gifts. Oh my god.
Don't blame me, you ass!
I did ask, but you gotta leave room for other people to try to get stuff in. Alright, anyway. So yes, Pinky Pumpkin. Hilariously horrible, but still funny. And they still got the leg on backward. Why can't anybody put the legs on right? I am losing my mind here.
I think that artist did it 100% on purpose.
I honestly wonder if they did. I actually do wonder.
Well, I mean, it was modeled after a specific thing, so I think that they had to be accurate to the thing.
They might have been accurate to the thing just for the irony of it. I don't know. I really don't. It's starting to drive me crazy.
Second, what type of pumpkin you looking at? Are you looking for a more squat or a tall one?
Are you talking about real or artificial?
Artificial.
Dude, I'm just debating on doing it in general. I haven't even started the actual looking. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. I'm just announcing I got a pumpkin now. Anyway, anybody else have any other What's Up Brony going on before we go ahead and move on to the news?
Well, I finished Tears of the Kingdom last week.
Oh, nice. How was it?
It was awesome.
The glowing review, everybody. Actually, that is pretty much a good review. You know, it was awesome. I loved it. That's all you need.
It was pretty awesome, and
that's all you
need.
I
didn't do every single thing. There was some Misako's treasure missing. I didn't discover, but I thought, screw it. I'm gonna go forward.
I think
not spend too much time on it because there's other games coming out, and I'm gonna be far too behind if I search all over for them.
Yeah, I feel that. I mean, we got Mario Wonder coming out. We got the Mario RPG in next month.
Spider-Man's already out.
What about Spider-Man? Actually, no, I am excited for Spider-Man 2, but Spider-Man as well. But I honestly am gonna wait for it to go.
Also, correction. Wonder is out.
Yep.
Yeah, didn't I say it was out? I said
you said coming out.
Oh, okay. Wonder is out. RPG is coming in next month. But yeah, no, I've also heard good things about Wonder as well. Yeah, this is the month. This is the year of too many hot games. It's a good thing, but it also is going to suck your life away.
Welcome to Broketober.
No, this is the I don't even the Decemberween, the broke Decemberween. See, it's several months of this crap, not even just Broketober. Anyway,
Okay,
well, I think we're getting off topic here. Anybody else have any other What's Up, Brony, before we get to the news?
I'm trying to remember the Clusterfuck song.
No. News. News it is. Let's get on to the news. Actually, there is one big thing I need to announce because I also keep forgetting about this myself, and I really need to get this handled before my opportunity is up. So we're going how's that for ambiguous, right?
The clock is ticking.
Well, kind of, yes. So, to put it bluntly, we're going to start off with con news with the Ponyville Cider Fest, which is coming up in just a few short weeks. They actually started this while it was at the anime convention, so I was also on pins and needles in case they announced the bar trot, which I'm waiting for them to make the announcement so I can get my pass for the bar trot before they run out. Luckily, they haven't announced it yet. What they did announce, though, is they have announced the musicians and the their community guests. Unfortunately, I'm not invited yet, but one day, I'm sure I'll be there one day. They also announced Kelly Sheridan and Ellie Ray, but the one thing that they did announce that I didn't know that they were going to announce at all, and I'm kind of glad that they did, but now I got to do something about it, is they have also announced that the Scattered Pages 400-page book that is going to be inspiring the events of the entire convention, that was going to be available only at the con store for a limited time, is also now going to be sold for pre-order. So if you had any interest in the book, you can still buy, you can go and get pre-orders of the book, which it looks like you could do it for $25. Yeah, I definitely got to jump on this sucker. But yes, the big book, the con book, literal con book, is being made for pre-order, and I really wanted to make the announcement of this because the pre-order is only going to be available until the 29th, so the end of this week. And this is why I also said that I need to remember to put my money down on this because I want this book. So that I'm going to save the page for myself, but I just wanted to make a big shout out to everybody to let them know that that was going on as well. Now let's go ahead and talk about the upcoming conventions and all the fun jazz there. Yep. So starting off with, we got Ponyville Cider Fest. We got that coming up in 3 weeks and 3 days. And yep, there's also a reminder, if you haven't been able to tell already, I will be going to Ponyville Cider Fest this year, as I have been the last few years. And unfortunately, this also means that that weekend there will not be a normal show. I do not know at this time if Cold Dust or CMC or anybody else. No, CMC definitely won't be because he'll be at Cider Fest. But yes, the pre-show, the main show. I do not know if there will be any substitute show for the stream. I really should talk to Cold Dust about it. We probably, yeah, I'll have to talk to him about it and get something a little more specific in mind. But yeah, that's coming up in 3.5 weeks. I'm excited, especially since I actually have a chance to rest before I go to Cider Fest and get some money back. Along with that, the week after that is going to be Heart's 25th birthday party, which I have no idea why this is listed here, but I do got to give them credit. That's got to be one heck of a party if they're actually listing it in the PonyCon countdown. It looks like it's going to be a big concert, so we'll talk more about that when we get closer. And of course, nearing Christmas, we have Brave of the House of Bells, a big musical concert charity. Yay!
Mm-hmm.
And
Also, we know of the New Year's Eve stuff that goes down every year, so who knows?
there'll probably be other smaller things announced, and we'll show them and talk about them as much as we can when they happen. But at least for the big events that are at least big enough to be worthy of the PonyCon countdown, those are the upcoming ones. Now, speaking of big worthy events, we also have word of the next of another convention that we've already talked about a lot. Yep, a lot of convention. Big convention news indeed. So much great. Here we go. Galacon. This is called not getting my tabs sorted. But again, I literally got this slapped together way late and I was half awake. Galacon is set to return once again in 2024 on the 27th of July. So if you were worried about a Galacon going away, it looks like Galacon is returning once again, triumphant, strong, and full of pony vigor.
As long as it's not salt and vinegar.
Well, I'm sure some people are salty, but I don't know why. But yes, you got to get your bazams ready, because Galacon will once again be at the usual location at Weiblingen. Who knows, maybe this year I'll be able to go. Not likely, but I might be able to. But probably not likely. Anyway, heads up for that one. Also, quick heads up, I believe the hotels for Everfree Northwest are also up if you are interested. I would recommend getting your hold on that as soon as possible. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on to the news proper. First off, we do have only 1 week instead of 2 weeks of history. This week of history is about the arrival of Luna as of season 2. So when we got the older, shinier mane Royal Canterlot voice Luna that we all now know and love, instead of the smaller one that everybody... the Wuna. We got Wuna instead of the Luna. But now we got the Luna. Wuna. However, we also had a lot of interesting leaks this week, including the fact that Alicorn Twilight was leaked by accident, but nobody believed it. Because we saw so many weird Chinese knockoffs and animation errors and things like that, we figured it was just a mistake. We did not know it was Twilight. It was an actual story beat until it actually happened.
Gotta love that retro stuff.
Yeah, hindsight is 2020.
Mm-hmm.
So check out the news. Check out the history. It is definitely a lot of fun. Now next, who wants? Now here's a funny thing. Now we all know that G4 and G5 are connected, mostly due to a small animation snippet at the start of the movie, and Twilight literally coming on to say, "Oh no, things are screwed up." Otherwise, we have not seen any evidence of anybody or anything else. Just those snippets. And a lot of us are wondering why. Well, we actually have an answer now. And admittedly, this is kind of makes G5 a little bit more interesting in so many weird ways. Because apparently Generation 4 content is still partly owned by Discovery Family. Which is why they probably haven't gone whole hog on it in G5.
What about your BS?
No,
it actually explains the wishy-washiness of the lore connecting to the G5.
It kind of does, yes. Admittedly, it is kind of it does kind of feel like jerkiness, but it really isn't. It's just normal contract. It's the kind of stuff.
It was the same channel that was the hub, and now it's Discovery Family.
Yep. And it's just a standard contract. They probably didn't expect G4 to hit as big as it did. So, yeah, now that
they made the contract, yeah.
Well, also at the time, Hasbro bought a majority of what it was Discovery Kids. That then turned into the Hub. Then Discovery bought back more than Hasbro, making it more Discovery Kids. It's fun corporate stuff.
But that's
So
not what we're talking
why-
about. We're just talking about the fact
No,
that
that's why this whole thing of they own part of it.
no, yes, and not exactly the discussion point. Anyway, so yep, Discovery Family at the moment owns a partial right to G4, which limits what Hasbro can do in regards to characters, as well as they would have to pay some royalties or some fees to Discovery Family to use G4 in some regards, which is why, again, there's been very limited use in regards to the G4 characters, and the fact that they tied G4 and G5 together like that is all the more interesting because they could have just not, and there wouldn't have been a problem. So why they did that is really weird.
They wanted to hype up the connection between the series because they thought it would get them more engagement, but instead it bit them in the butt.
No, it did give them engagement, but it also got a lot of people questioning what in the world happened. And the fact is, they probably can't delve too much into it. They probably could even have an entire lore reason of what happened between 4 and 5, but they won't be able to tell us for the longest time because of this. It's ridiculous. It's stupid, but it's funny.
They kind of shot themselves in the foot by not having free reign to do what they want with this show.
No,
it's how G5 is connected to G4, wishy-washy like.
Well, it's the weird thing. It's a shout out thing. They were just basically wanting to do the shout out and kind of ride on the coattails a little bit to get G5 a kickstart. But at the same time, they did it in a really bad way. I mean, it would have been funny as all out if they just made G4 a TV series in the G5 universe, and that would have been an easy sell off. But no. Mm-hmm. Anyway, we just getting down to the
ponytails.
Anyway, just getting down to brass tacks in regards to this. This is kind of what happened. So G4 is partly owned by Discovery Family. That's why all we get is like little snippets of Twilight Sparkle and not much else in regards to G5. And
must have cost them a pretty penny to have those main 6 in the flashback in the movie.
That might have been that too. I don't know, or maybe they hadn't.
That or it was already.
Okay, we're going to move on at this point. Dear world, if I get interrupted, I'm muting somebody again. Now that the anger has subsided, let's go ahead and find something else to get angry with. Legend of Equestria has dropped a spooky fall update. So, of course, Legends of Equestria, the pony MMO that is still going quite strong, has updated once again for the holidays. This time, they've included a Neric costume, a Kelpie costume, more NPCs, additional quests, and other fun things to have fun with the holiday, as well as fix a few glitches and problems, including increasing stack markers, numbers, experience for things, and fixing issues. Because if you run an MMO, you know that there's always going to be something that needs to be fixed. But yes, so if you love Legend of Equestria and you want an excuse to go back for the spooky month, now you have a perfectly wonderful reason to do so. Now let's go ahead and move on to games. So, who wants another Fallout Equestria game?
Actually, a good.
Oh boy, another one.
Another one. Who wants another Fallout Equestria game? Come on.
Gee golly gosh, I am so ready for it. Let's hope this one gets completed.
I'm ready.
Sad part is he's not wrong. I can actually count the number of Fallout Equestria games that have died in my hand, and I'd actually run out of fingers.
Yeah.
This actually looks like the old school Fallout, though.
So, this one, okay. Let's see. This one, an interesting Fallout Equestria game called Megaspell is in the works. This is going to be a top-down shooter that currently they are planning a proper announcement for the game 2 days ago, apparently.
Okay. So it looks like it's top down, but it's not gonna be like a dice roll system like in the older games.
I don't think so. I think they said it's kind of top down twin stick like shooter system. So I think it's gonna be more like for lack of a better one right off the bat, Super Smash TV.
Oh, that
what that is.
That or I forget. Is it Fallout Brotherhood or what was that actual action where it was?
We never talk about that.
You don't talk about it. There is no. What are you talking about?
Is it sort of in the vein of Moonlighter or Moonbringer, that indie game?
Hyperlight Drifter.
I think an actual visual demonstration would get people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah, it is just top down.
Just as I thought.
Quick shoot, yeah.
Yep. But yeah, it looks like I'm looking right now to see if there's anything about a demo release or anything like that.
This actually might be one of the games that have it's definitely one of the games that have a higher chance of getting done. Just because they are going for a much simpler approach compared to like a lot of the others where they're just so overly ambitious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways.
But yep, so it looks
cool.
Getting some quick information right off of the main video here. It does look like they have their own website, the megaspell.shimmermare.com website. So, yep, talks all about it. At least what information they have. So this is one way to follow. They also have their own Discord that they are going to be posting announcements on, and also GitHub. Wonder if that. Actually, I would be more uh-ohing about the Unity that they have in there.
Well, it might have been so far along that they didn't want to scrap it.
I don't know. I'm just messing around anyway. But anyway, if you do want to get updates on it, I would recommend keeping an eye on their website and also going to their Discord by checking out the website as well. I am going to keep my tabs on it as well because I do hope that this happens. I want it to happen. This looks like amazing fun. And in fact, they did release a lot more information about this shooter, including the hard light shield spell, the special and skills, character editor, so you can get a good look at how you can change up your character, how the fog of war is going to work, weapon types, and of course a gameplay trailer. They've actually gone full on with how this game is going to be. So there's a lot of work that's been put onto it. It's not just like it's not just this random demo thing. I think there's a good opportunity of this actually happening.
Nice.
And kind of what I'm talking about with the top down, with the camera being up there like that, you can actually hide a lot of details that you can't otherwise. So you can actually really streamline the process of when you're making stuff. But yeah.
Yep. So, here's hoping that goes well. We'll definitely keep our eyes and ears out and make announcements as we find out about them. Now here's something that some people might be interested in. I'm definitely hoping for the best. My Little Pony is once again up for nomination in the Toy Hall of Fame. We of course this is I feel the Trixie picture. I honestly feel this because this is not the first time.
The older you get, the more you're able to relate to stuff like this.
Yeah, but this is not the first time that this has happened. But I would like it to be the last because we would win. In fact, you can go and vote right now. But here we go. In fact, I think they may have a. Let's see. So here we have. They're doing the voting right now. It looks like it ends tomorrow. So if you're watching this live, now's your time. So it looks like the finalists they have for the Forgotten Five are Fisher-Price Corn Poppers, My Little Pony, Pez Dispensers, Pogo Sticks, and Transformers.
Now, the issue is we have to go up against our brothers in arms.
No, we don't. My Little Pony all the way. Screw you, Optimus.
Screw you,
So
Primus.
you told me you didn't cry when they killed him off in the movie.
Wait, he dies?
Wow! Wow, way to spoil a 30-year-old movie. Or
Wait, you're talking about the one by Mr. Explosions, right? The live action one?
No, the cartoon. Still, way to spoil it. Jeez.
This is where you just tell me to shut up and walk away.
No, honestly, I don't know who to tell to shut up. Let's move on. But yeah, actually, the funny thing is, I do remember the corn popper. That is, honestly, I completely forgot that this was a thing. But I remember.
I'm so young, I never played with that.
You never played with the corn popper?
I played with that.
No. My favorite thing in the world was my bike, because it let me go anywhere I pleased.
Well, if it makes you feel better, I didn't actually have one at home. I think I played with it when I was over at a doctor's office or a daycare or something.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah. The Pez dispenser, though.
Pez.
Here's the
A
one
toy?
thing.
I don't think that's a toy.
Somehow,
that's a candy
Collectible.
somehow it counts as a toy. It technically is considered a toy somehow.
Pogo stick? I've never even touched one in my life.
I don't think. Can you even find a pogo stick anymore?
You can.
Oh wait,
Or you can make one.
nah. I think you can still find pogo sticks. You know,
And
I am.
Transformers, I've never got a Transformer toy in my life either. So
Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and move on from here. I made my vote. Here's hoping that My Little Pony does make it to make it through this time. And yes, I outsold Barbie. Take that, Barbie movie. You are not enough.
In a Barbie world.
You are not
My Little
enough.
Pony. But beyond the competition.
We're gonna move on now. Okay,
I was
so
about to say, second, what did Bobby do to you?
she wasn't enough. We're gonna move on.
She started out as sex toy, though.
Look, no, moving on.
She did not.
No,
Moving on.
actually, she didn't, but we're gonna move on.
Moving on.
So, here's a fun one. Now, what do you think would be the perfect comics to talk about for Halloween?
Christmas arc.
Nope. Why? It would be Valentine's Day.
Ah, of course, my second guess.
Yes. So,
In fairness, a lot of horror movies do have romance.
Oh no, it's Romeo
if
and
that's
Juliet.
what you want, if that's what you want to call, no.
I am looking forward to seeing all the family die.
No, it is. That is not
hilarious.
romance. Okay, we're moving on.
Don't make me bring up Krampus.
No, that is not a.
Eyes will
Okay,
be
fair enough.
flown.
Anyways.
Eyes
So-
will be
Let's move
flown.
on.
So, My Little Pony Classics Reimagined is bringing the next one out. Romeo and Juliet. Oh no,
They die at the end.
Suki, you want to take this one for me, or should I go ahead and do it?
You may be away from his computer.
Okay,
and
probably all for the better. Okay, everybody. And anybody who interrupts me during this diatribe will get immediately muted. Romeo and Juliet. The wonderful story of a 17-year-old boy having an infatuation with a 13-year-old girl, sleeping together, in so much that there was actually child pornography laws lobbied against a movie creator from the 1970s, way after the fact, where eventually they both die after they only found out about each other and fell in love over a course of 3 days. And also their best friend died too. Enjoy, everybody. That's Shakespeare. I really.
That's a lot of
Wait a
it.
second, what is
That's a
age
lot
of
of nookie
consent
going
in
on
an
for 3
era that
days.
you die at 20?
They only died at 20 because they kept stabbing each other. But actually, I don't think they died at 20. No, they didn't die at 20. What the hell?
We all gone through the classes in our
We're gonna leave it
English
alone.
classes of the deep dive of Romeo and Juliet. We do not need to be reminded of that trauma.
Yeah, let's just be you know, if you ever look into the real history, into the realness of Romeo and Juliet, you'll find out that it's probably the most dumb-ass love story in existence, and it's better that it's about the equivalent of a week-long fling in high school, but both people ended up dying. So yeah, it is a week-long fling in high school
Had
nowadays.
family feuds that caused
Exactly, a week.
bloodshed.
It is high school as it is now.
Yep, not much has changed.
Not much has changed. Okay, good and gone.
Except
So-
for the weapons we use.
We're moving on.
We're moving on.
So, description. In fair Verponia, where we hang our streamers, two party planning businesses, both alike in silliness, reignite their ancient rivalry. A pair of star-crossed ponies, Pinkie Pie and Cheese Sandwich, fall in love, causing the Capulets and Montagues to start polishing their sparkliest party cannons. It's up to the pair to help their companies find common ground before Princess Cadence bans them from ever partying again.
You know what?
Party
I applaud
band.
them for actually using Cadence instead of Celestia. Bravo!
Well, she is the
Oh,
Princess
she
of
booped
Love.
him. She booped him.
So, yes,
Well-
this is still going to follow along the wonderful lines that we have in regards to the classics reimagined with all ponified up. And I'm pretty sure that this one isn't going to land somebody in horrible hot water at the end of the day.
Unless
Say,
they
just
buy
this
chocolate
once.
counts.
Yeah.
Just this once.
You know what? No,
everybody
that would
lives.
be an awesome twist. DM had a very good point there.
No.
By chocolate.
It would probably be more like, you know, I'm not, I could do better. I know I can, but I can't think. Instead, we're just going to go ahead and move on to this. The My Little Pony Tell Your Tale has been announced. In this case, they have announced that the Kenbucky Roller Derby will be the Tell Your Tale series of
Kenbucky.
comics. Kenbucky.
Bucky.
The Kenbucky Roller Derby. So yes, this is the one where we saw the art designs more akin to Tell Your Tale than Make Your Mark or just whatever the artist felt like. And it does look like this, yep, a big old roller derby. Lace up your skates, every pony. We're heading to the Kenbucky Roller Derby. After getting rejected from the local roller derby team, Sunny sets out to form her own team. Thanks to self-appointed team manager Pip and her clip-trot sleuthing skills, they find the perfect pony to join them. Tracy Tailspin, retired derby legend. And she lives right in Maritime Bay. Tracy agrees to help in one condition. Sunny must complete a super challenging skating obstacle course. But with her sights set on the Kenbucky Roller Derby, nothing can stand in her way. So yeah, there's a new character they're bringing into this who is not on the cover at all.
For suspense.
But yes, how this comic will turn out, I do not know, but I am excited. And I am going to have to put the reservation down for this one, as well as the Romeo and Juliet, of course. Now, of course, speaking of comics, we also have the recent release of Black, White, and Blue. This, of course, is the comic where Misty somehow it transforms every pony in Equestria into a old Black, White, and Blue sitcom.
Ba-doom-doom-doom.
Think love me Lucy, but more blue.
But yes, this is Misty's first appearance, which also makes it more hilarious that she's got her old color style instead of the new one, which even shows up in this one. So yeah, it's just kind of funny.
She didn't
Playing
die.
with
Yeah.
timelines.
Well, it could take place before
Yeah.
she had a change up.
Or you mean her glow up.
That too.
Sorry for being a little pronounced at that time.
Nah, it's alright. Anyway, it looks like a fun comic. I would recommend checking it out, especially if you have any interest. If you're not sure if you're interested, there is also a wonderful little preview of the comic, including this. I don't know why, but Opaline just feels fat here.
She gained some weight.
Misty, where's my double order chicken nuggies?
Now the 40-piece or the 80-piece?
Yes!
Hey,
Where's my
and they better
chocolate
be the
lava
limited
cake?
edition Dino Nuggies.
And it better come up with that Mulan sauce, this Szechuan sauce. The Szechuan sauce.
I started McDonald's when that was still a thing. That's how long I've been there.
Yeah, definitely worth a check out. I know I'm making fun of the art here. It's just Opaline just looks so fat somehow. Maybe the image is stretched. It might have just been a bad image capture here, and it'll look normal in the comic itself.
In widening.
In widening. Along with that, for another comic that has come out, we also have the second issue of the Unicorn of Odd. We really don't need to say much else. It's the Unicorn of Oz and ponies.
I love the third cover. That is fantastic.
Yep. Spike tries to get into acting once again. We all saw how that turned out with... oh, well, I guess...
Oh no, Trixie stole it all.
Trixie, damn you. We only wanted to entertain by using somebody else's material, not our own. Is that so wrong?
Also,
yeah.
Look at Rowdy just freaking out over being the Tin's mayor.
All right, now
Plus,
next topic.
Likes Sarah and Tin.
All right, next topic here. I'm gonna close out our current windows because I don't know how many extra windows we might need compared to how this goes. And I am going to preface this right off the bat. This is a charged topic. And I will ask that you wait for me to provide proper, adequate pauses before interjecting on this, or else we will never get through this. So, and Coldust, I do apologize as well, but we do have to talk about this at some point. So, recently, Equestria Daily posted about the posting of AI art, fake artists, and of course the current generation of AI programming with DALL-E 3. Now, the big reason about this posting was due to the fact that with AI art programs coming out, they are becoming slightly more and more difficult to spot. While previously the images were smeared, there was easily extra tails and legs and things that could be identified with relatively ease. It has started to become harder and harder with how well that these things are starting to come out. Now, the big reason for this is basically Sophisto wanted to point out that he is doing everything he can to diligently look for AI art that is being posted in Equestria Daily being protested as real art. And unfortunately, because how well a lot of AI art programs are getting, the difficulty curve has increased quite a bit. And essentially, this was a little bit more explaining what is going on, how well and detailed it has gotten, and basically the difficulties behind it all. Now, the other thing that came out because of this is a lot of people asked, Sophisto, how do you tell then? There are still ways of telling. What are the best methods? So, of course, he went through that as well, explaining that a lot of things are basically more in the details of the art where you can tell what is wrong. Details such as the background. A lot of AI programs don't do backgrounds very well. Cutie marks are a huge problem. They don't ever seem to get them right. Sometimes you still get the random third leg or the wing out of place. Colors look wrong. Characters are the wrong type of species. Like you got the random horn here on what's obviously an Earth Concerto. Wingers. Basically, it's the minute details that's the problem. And unfortunately, even these might become harder and harder to spot as things progress. Now, the big reason I wanted to bring it up is I have actually been looking more into these art programs to see how they function. Mostly just to get an idea of how they can be used as artist tools. And yeah, Begley is right. A lot of the time, a lot of AI programs have kind of their own art style. And I did mess with some art AI. Admittedly, it was a little fun to see what kind of crazy stuff I could come up with. At the same time, I found it surprisingly limited. I tried to get an AI program to create a ponified version of it's not Ray, it's a Rika of Rika from Phantasy Star 4, because I thought it'd be funny to see what that would be like and if it compared to one that I drew up myself. It couldn't do that. It literally, in fact, it refused to do that. I even tried to put in Rika, and it rejected the name outright, thinking it was some kind of slur or something. It was actually quite amazing. And I tried to do different video game characters ponified. It absolutely failed out. I also tried to do different video game characters in general, old school ones like the Amana Beast from Secret Amana, different Phantasy Star characters. The funny thing is I tried to do just a bunch of cyber pony things, just in the vein of Phantasy Star, just a weird medieval armor but with laser equipment. And that went amazingly wrong, and it had some really good ideas. It threw some really interesting things out. But 90% of them were Rainbow Dash for some reason. I didn't even have Rainbow Dash in the thing. Everything Rainbow Dash was weird. So, now, in regards to all of that, the one thing I did discover is getting AI art to work right is a beast in itself, because it feels more like you're trying to use programming language to get it to work rather than making a piece of art. It's still very logical in its thinking. And also because of that, a lot of the times when I wanted to try to get something very specific, I could not get exactly what I wanted. So, which gave me a lot of heart that I think that artists are still going to be pretty much okay, because it's really dumbass difficult to get an AI program to make what you want.
And yeah, the finer details of like cutie marks and other things you said, and things I'm thinking of are. It's pretty hard for AI art to do right now, and even if you wanted to take up AI arting, you have to learn how to do it in the first place, because it's not just drawing. It's just drawing. You have to learn how to do it through code and all this.
Essentially, but I'm not even going to call AI arting. I'm not. I refuse. That's a line I'm never going to cross, because it's not.
Yeah.
It's coding. You're basically coding a computer to tell it to make an image, and that's it. That's not arting. It's coding. Yes, it does make art, but I could also make a computer probably tell me how to make a beer recipe. It doesn't, yeah. So here's some of my concerns on this. Honestly, I think AI. What I did find though is the images and stuff I was able to make. It gave me some great ideas for art I could make myself. And also the frustration that I had trying to make specific things just made me want to learn how to art more so I could actually make the damn thing I wanted to do in the first place.
And that's the real thing of AI art. It's meant to be inspirational, not replace it.
No, that's what a lot of people are trying to aim for. But the problem is that some of the AI creators out there are trying to replace it.
The sad thing is companies would want to use this because it cuts down on actually hiring people, or just makes the workflow easier.
It does, but it does, and at the same time, if companies were really serious about some of this stuff, they're going to find that it's not going to work the way they want it to, and it's just going to end up being a big waste of time. It's really the lazy companies that just don't care, which, yeah, unfortunately, there's quite more than a few of them.
Also, we don't know how advanced this AI stuff will be in the future, so the sky's the limit at the moment.
Anyway, getting back on track here, my biggest concern is with all of this is ultimately, yeah, AI art is always going to be around. It looks like it's gone the way the stigma has gone the way, one of the best ways that we could have had it go, where it's basically considered about the same as taking somebody else's art and posting it as yourself. And nobody likes that. Nobody buys that. Nobody believes in that. And those people end up getting completely destroyed when they're discovered. So I don't think it's going to destroy legitimacy in real art at any point. I'm hoping that the technology, as it's progressing the AI, it also progresses the ability to detect the AI art as being AI art and basically label it as such. And I'm also very sure that the AI companies, the AI art companies that are making this stuff, are going to want to start watermarking this stuff and labeling it so as theirs, because they're going to be trying to make money off of this. And if people are ripping off their stuff for their own sake, they're not going to like it. And it's basically going to come down to greed, which I hate to admit it, but it's there. Greed, ownership, and genuineness. And that's just nothing and the AI art is going to essentially become one of those things where it's going to be a fun tool to get ideas, and hopefully that'll be ultimately the end of it. But we are going to be down a long road for a while because of that.
That's the thing. It's a tool, not a replacement.
That's the way it should be. It doesn't mean that people are going to treat it like that.
And remember, the earliest thing is the dumbest thing, because it will only get better from here.
That's not a good... How are you making it... What?
That is why we should be concerned.
Why are you making it sound like a good thing?
I know what you're getting at.
That sounds like a good thing. You don't know the context for that.
I know.
No, but I know how to
what
mute
you're
you.
trying to get at, Toa. It just sounded, the way you said it just kind of sounded like you were rooting for it.
Ultimately, it kind of, yes, but at the same time, I don't think it's going to replace anything, and ultimately, I think the worst case, the worst case scenario that we have at this point is just that you're gonna get people that we're probably never gonna pay for artists to actually make anything anyway, using it to create stuff and then try to proclaim it as their own, but nobody is going to give it any seriousness, and any real avenues of trying to profit off of it are rapidly closing up, mostly because of copyright laws, which admittedly, as archaic as they are, I think they actually did us a solid in this case. Thank you, monkey with a camera. So anyway, anybody else want to throw in regards to this, outside of reiterating exactly what I just said? I do recommend reading both of the articles and information, just because it does contain a lot of info. There are some benefits to AI art. Just for the love of it all, if you're watching this podcast, do not post this as your own art. Use it for inspiration. Use it for ideas. Use it for fun. Use it for giggles. Don't claim it.
Don't claim it as your own, and don't try to make a profit off it.
Especially the
saw
profit.
How NFT try to profit off of JPEGs turned out.
No, and this is not just a warning like it's unethical. It's bad. The moment you are discovered, you will be ostracized. You will be downcast. Worse. You could have worse happen to you. Just don't do it. It's not a good idea. It's like selling cigarettes to high schoolers. It will not end well.
There's already a couple of companies that tried using it and got slapped hard. I will not say who did what.
Wizards!
Because that's just another thing of drama entirely. So I think it'd be good to move on. So.
Yeah, at one point, some Hollywood, some companies in Hollywood were thinking about using it for writing.
Well, I think there was the concern about it, and that's why the whole strike thing happened, which I'm glad that did too.
I'm glad they did win, but for the actors, it's still going on a bit.
At the same time,
the actors have it a little bit more difficult.
The actors will take a little bit more time, but I think that'll go through as well, just because at the same time, the Uncanny Valley is just, when you don't get it right, it destroys a movie. But at the same time, for creators out there, don't be afraid to use it to get some ideas or get an idea of how something could look, and maybe inspire yourself to make something different and special. Because like I said, it gave me some amazingly interesting ideas for like cyber ponies, like Phantasy Star like ponies.
And like I have some friends that are actual artists that I commission a lot. Sometimes they actually go to the programs and type something in like dark back alley just so they can get a perspective, so they can get an idea for what they want.
Yeah, you get that picture in your head, and you can start working with it and make it something of your own. That is how art works. You get ideas and inspiration from everything all around you, and then create it in your own way. Art is just taking what you have and putting your own interpretation on it.
Art is the filter in which someone has seen the world.
Art is an expression of yourself and your feelings and what you want to get across to people.
Anyway, I think that's enough of that.
Circuit, can I just add one? Can I just add one word to this argument?
Yeah, please.
Arts.
There we go. That's a great way to go out. Let's get out of here. Let's get into something more nice and fun. Here's something fun. Emo ponies.
Emo ponies.
Okay, this one's hilarious. Actually, it's actually hilarious. This is hilarious on so many levels. So, Gameloft has released the Magic Princess game update for the 11th anniversary and Nightmare Night. So, we're gonna just skip what exactly they added, and we're just gonna go right to the image here.
I'm still not reinstalling your game.
No, I'm not either. But the fact is, I know where these ponies are from.
Never got into it. Never will.
No. I know where these ponies are from. That's the crazy thing.
Okay.
From the internet.
No. There's a history here. There's a history. Hold on. We need to allow somebody an opportunity to come in here and prove their awesome pony knowledge lore. CMC. Coal Dust, CMC. If you're out there and you haven't decided that I'm a betrayer of some sort, I beseech you, come down.
Maple syrup trains.
You guys do know you can just see
venison jerky.
Hello.
So, Cole, do you want to carry on?
Coal Dust, do you know where these ponies are from?
The outfits.
The outfits. The outfits are the key.
I know, but Second wants to have fun with this.
Yes, I do. So let somebody else talk for once.
Aren't those from the Hot Topic
Yes.
toy range? Okay.
Not
I remember
exactly.
the Celestia outfit.
Not exactly. But
Pony Mania. That's what it was called. Pony Mania.
Yes.
Oh.
They're from the Pony Mania toys back on Toys R Us in 2014.
I have the
Toys R Us. I thought that was a Hot Topic line.
No,
2014. Holy crap!
No, they actually made the Hot Topic thing was an artist joke about that, about a bunch of them rolling up in a car and be like, "Get in, nerd, we're going to Hot Topic," and they're dressed up like that.
I've been to a Hot Topic in 2014. I would have seen these if I was in there.
I legitimately 100% forgot that these were at Toys R Us. That's right. I have the photo finish one.
Yeah, I still have all of the figures myself. It's still boxed and everything. But here's a really fun thing. So somebody actually saw these images and they're just like, "Oh, we're running with this thing." So I actually love this artist. This
More
is
shelf life to our
Inky.
mobile game.
Inky from Inky Studios has actually started to run with this.
Nice. I've actually seen quite a few artists doing stuff with them recently.
Yeah.
I think. Oh gosh. I'd have to look back in my Blue Sky likes, but I think I've seen quite a few.
Oh yeah.
Rainbow, you heathen.
But
your boots aren't laced up. Do you know how bad your heel slip is?
But yeah, the funny thing about this is I do admit the mobile game did knock it up a notch because Luna didn't have a design. And I'm pretty sure one of the other
fault.
Well, no, I mean, and Applejack. Applejack also didn't have a design, and yeah, here she is.
That was clever.
And of course, everybody else also, boots, leggings, some scarf.
For a moment, Circuit, I thought you were going to say Monster High.
No.
I appreciate the fact that this means that there are not one, not two, but 3 different versions of Goth Fluttershy.
Oh my god, there is.
Actually, no, 4 if you include Equestria Girls.
Oh, you're right.
That is awesome.
Why are there so many versions of Goth Fluttershy?
Because Fluttershy is freaking awesome.
An outfit for almost every day of the week.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, Rarity got her into it. Well, not the golf part, but the wearing.
Fluttershy found her true calling.
Are you about to say she found a new furry?
Oh, Angel's gonna be so upset.
She did become a bat pony, so there you go.
In the cop. Oh yeah, in bats. Yeah.
I guess if you want to include the bat pony outfit, that's another one, but that's a stretch. That's a stretch.
Yeah, that was a
That's
stretch.
more transformation.
Anyways.
Anyway,
either way, Fluttershy is a goth queen. She's great. Yes.
So yeah,
Oh yeah, they
My
called
My
the
Little Pony
band
mobile
Skull
game has
Crushers.
goth versions. Let's go ahead and move on. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna put this right here. Spoiler tag.
Oh no, the spoilers.
The spoilers. Now, a new toy set has been revealed.
Oh, whoa. Toys?
It's related to the episode that we
Yo.
skipped for Tell You Tale.
Yes, the character that we shouldn't know exists yet until season 6, or the series 6 for the generation for Make
Is
Your
that
Mark.
Sparky or a different dragon?
It's Sparky.
It's the character that I keep seeing in fan art. Hell
Yep.
the fuck yeah.
But yes,
So that means there's more dragons.
and we actually got dragon figures
Ooh,
for
she's
once
a
instead of
pretty
just
dragon.
Sparky, Sparkeroni, and Spike. And also
That's right.
that weird baby figure we never talk about.
I guess we did have more
I'm
dragon
kinda upset
figures.
We never got a smolder thing.
We got a did we ever get a figure of what was her face?
Ocellus?
No, dragon.
Oh,
Ember?
Ember, Princess Ember.
Yes, Ember, Princess Ember. Did we get her?
No.
I don't think
Really?
I'm
Yep.
double checking just to be sure. Oh wow, that's
No,
a lot of
we didn't.
plushies. But no,
Oh, we did get a lot of artwork of her.
we got a lot of everything of her, but no actual official figures.
Maybe they were
Huh.
just too scared. Oh, she's too much an anthropomorphic figure that we can't sell this.
You're not. You're probably not wrong, considering that all the dragons are now 4-legged.
I gotta be honest with you. I think probably the bigger reason is like it's easier to make more pony figures than it is to make a bunch of dragons. Like
Actually,
in
that
terms
makes
of like
sense.
production logistics. Like yeah.
No,
Especially
that
Teeth
I
War
can
dragons.
totally see pot swap happening.
But yes,
Especially Teeth War dragons.
but yes, this figure is due to come out if it hasn't already, with of course Sunny Star Scout and a Sparkeroni that you can flush down the toilet. It's nice and small enough to get rid of.
Glow in the dark, yes.
Yeah, and it looks like the price will be about $20, and it is not due for delivery until mid-November. Once again, the Make Your Mark quote unquote current finale or the last series should be in December, if I recall.
I am so glad that Sparky Sparkeroni has become radioactive.
I love it.
That
He's
can't be
gonna-
good.
He's gonna die from radioactive poison, radio poisoning.
But you know how he runs around. He's going to infect the entire town.
Yeah.
Wait,
Oh,
hold on.
no.
I just had a very bad thought.
Sorry. I
Imagine
guess
dragons. He's radioactive.
Well, you better flush him down the toilet then. See, easy way to get rid of it. All right. Anyway,
You know, I thought the
so
music joke would have hit better there.
so
but oh well.
yep, we're gonna go ahead and get rid of the spoilery figures now, and we're gonna get rid of the spoiler tag. Welcome back, those of you who skipped everything until the spoiler tag was removed. Yeah. Did anyone want the toys of Jerk? Yes, I want the Jerk toys. That way I could beat them up. Anyway, really
Flushing
quick.
money down the toilet.
Now, since time is really running away from us fast, we're going to go quickly through this next one. New York Comic Con. There was a little bit of coverage on Equestria Daily, of course, just showing a little bit of... Wow, they had a whole thing for Star Trek and Paramount Plus.
Not surprising.
But yeah, the bunch of
know-
images taught... that's kind of spoilerish, even though I think everybody has seen that if you're even close to anime. Look, there's our pony. My little pony, my little pony.
Okay, that Godzilla is supposed to look like badass and everything, but to me, he's just looking at us going, "Hi, everybody."
Actually, it looks more like, I stepped on your Lego.
No.
Why was
it's
that
more
Lego
like-
there?
You know when somebody somebody sees you and they say, "Smile for the camera," and you have to quickly turn around.
Oh god!
Lego by ego.
All right.
All right. Well, now that we've thoroughly knocked that down a notch. But yeah, it looks like IDW had a smaller booth, but they still had one nonetheless. And of course, Pony Comics Ahoy.
Nice, nice.
And of course, day 2, it looks like they said hi to Tom Zahler. Oh, look, you got a nice little moss pony in there somewhere.
Oh,
Sarah Richard, I believe, was also a writer.
yep, an artist, I think.
Another artist. I mean, you got the
Dragon Main 6.
got the little doodles there.
No, that is Raptor.
Oh, raptors. Okay, I thought I saw wings. Never mind.
Yeah.
Wait, there's a spiral right behind him.
So many artists, and of course, a random claw machine bubble tea store.
Eevee.
Hey, French Fry
you wearing
Kirby.
an Eevee hoodie.
No, you got French Fry Kirby, man. Kirby spoiled a McDonald's employee.
He did not agree with me. I was spat back up.
Would you like fries with that?
You know, I'm gonna
oil?
say he swallowed a Burger King employee then, because I don't want to go with that. No. All right. You know, we probably should have shouted this out. We should have shouted this out right at the top of the show, but I'm gonna do it now anyway. Happy 13 years of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, everybody.
Hell yeah.
We've been around. We're now teenagers in this fandom.
No, we're tweens. We're tweens. Now we can get angry at our adults and then try to sneak liquor from their liquor cabinet.
Wait, wasn't that like over a week ago? Because like that would have been on the 10th.
You're absolutely right, but
we did the zombie thing.
You're right, but we were
on a
doing
train.
zombie plushie hunting because.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Side note, I reached my pony anniversary. I've been watching ponies for 12 years.
Huzzah!
Yay!
Wow.
Congratulations!
12 years too, brother.
I don't want to think about my anniversary because I'm pretty sure it's coming up in a few weeks, and it'll be 13 too.
Hell
The anniversary when I
yeah.
started editing stuff is actually on the 26th of this month.
Ooh, wow.
Oh,
It's been almost 12 years!
No!
I always love this D&D picture.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
I love it.
You think
It
that
is a D&D
you know
picture.
one of the best part about this picture?
What's that?
I Traveling Pony Museum actually has this available. I got it on a giant blanket. A fuzzy giant
Luna
blanket.
is the
Oh, that's
dungeon
awesome.
master.
It is
'cause she's
awesome.
the only one not just scampering over her character card.
This image reminds me of one other thing where Twilight and Pinkie Pie are having to do taxes, and Pinkie was trying to play it like a D&D game. Though I do like
yeah.
She committed
Taxes are
tax
D&D
evasion.
game. It's a terrible D&D game.
Actually, it's funny because you could do an evasion roll.
Unfortunately, you would have to then try and keep your sneak high and not be caught.
I'm sorry, to get that evasion to pass, you need a 100 on the die.
And
Save
unfortunately,
and roll,
being
save
rich
and roll, save and roll.
and being rich might not exactly exclude you anymore.
No, save and throw, save and throw, save and throw.
Anyway, so yep, happy anniversary, everybody. We've been here in this
Oh,
fandom way too long,
boy.
but we're still gonna stick around. Anyway, Fluttershy Friday Night Funkin' demo has been released. It looks like Tridashi is doing more Friday Night Funkin' or just played the demo of it. I'm not sure which. I think Tridashi is involved in some way because
No, I'm pretty sure Tridashi was making the sound parts of
I
it.
swear, like, every time we
If
hear
not
about
even
something
the full
happening
mapping.
in the fandom, Tridashi is a part of it somewhere.
Mostly neutral, but yeah.
It's like they got a finger in every pie. It's incredible.
And yes, there are little scenes.
that will hopefully be fully
I
animated.
don't
when this
understand
comes
the
out.
story of it yet. But then again, this is just a demo.
Also, it's Friday Night Funkin'. It's not overly complicated on story.
But yes,
You say that.
Girlfriend
But
is
I've
now.
seen how far some mods go into things.
But yeah, everybody, girlfriend is now a pony, which makes her 20% hotter.
Are you
Because
sure she's
a
not
mare.
burnt? She is incredibly
she is
red.
She's ripe for your pleasure.
What? No,
Okay,
what?
no
We're
too
moving
far.
on.
No,
No too
no,
No
no.
too far.
Anyway, the fun thing about this particular thing is, as you go further, it actually gets a lot more animated and moving along with things.
Yeah,
That's
I just
fun.
realized how far I went with that after I said
Yeah, so we're moving on.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it looks like a lot. Looks like this is going to be a lot of fun. And right now, it's just in the demo stages. But it already looks like they got the initial song portions done. So they're probably just needing to do the animation, tighten things up. I wouldn't be surprised if this got released in a month.
Gotta tighten up the graphics on level 3.
Oh, that's painful but fun. So, who wanted to have an entire paper pony choir sing songs for you for an hour?
You know what? Why not at this point?
Well, okay then. So, yep, it looks like during Mayor Fair they had a concert visual that went on for one of their sets. This was a 54-minute long concert where they had different songs going on. A lot of different songs and things going on, and throughout the entire thing, paper ponies were dancing around and playing the songs. It's actually an amazing visual treat. I 100% recommend checking it out. Because I have never seen anything like this, and this is just amazing.
That must have took forever.
I can only imagine.
Well, bright side is it's not hard to get them animated, but it's more of just getting them to be in sync.
Well, there's still an art to animating stiff images, and especially when they're not entirely stiff, because you can actually see their mouth moving here and there.
Yeah, it's like I've seen them blink, drum, and all this other stuff. I'm like, no, that takes a little bit extra here.
No, I didn't say it.
Oh, hey, look, you even got
Hey.
yeah.
Yes,
So,
there is a song specifically from that style.
So yeah,
I
really,
think it is sinking ships that is being done there.
So honestly, 100% really check it out. It is absolutely worth it.
I honestly, every time I hear good stuff about Mayfair, I'm like,
we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on because now we have the final bit of news. Hooray! We finally reached the end. Equestria at War, the Kirin update, also has its own soundtrack, and they released the soundtrack for you for free on YouTube.
I hear a Happy Commander
There's
somewhere.
a lot of music in the game that if you want to listen to anything particular, you have to go into the audio player and specifically say, yeah, let's go for this, this, and this. And if you've got a mod list as large as Commanders, you keep finding, oh, wait a minute, I'm hearing nothing. Let's turn off that mod, playlist file, because it no longer exists on the workshop.
That sucks.
Yeah, and boy, there's so much music. This guy makes a lot of music, and definitely interesting.
Oh, this guy's done a lot of the stuff. I'm recognizing a lot of those images.
Yeah.
So this prize probably been with Hearts Iron, Equestria War for a good long while.
Yep, I'd say take a look at the artists in general, but yeah, if you want to hear a lot of the music, including The Way of Fire and looks like other things.
Spark music, interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like they need a little more love. I don't think they've been announced as much as you would want them to be, you know? Anyway, with that is it for the news. Congratulations, everybody. We made it.
And there is much
Did we, though?
Now it's time to go on to the content creation. Oh, be afraid. Be very afraid. Okay, so we're going to start off with our challenge of the week. And our challenge of the week was everybody gets one. This was, of course, a challenge of 2 weeks because we had to update it to go for 2 weeks instead of 1. But we also had a protest initiative challenge.
I believe it was just to do to do some prompts from the, yeah.
Yep, do some prompts. Which, luckily for me, I've been able to keep on top of, even though I actually had a bit of a slowdown. One day! Just one day.
I've been able to keep up with my prompts as well, but it's been posting them that I haven't had time for.
Alright, and of course, we're going to keep with our limit of 2 to 3 if you're doing the prompts, especially if you're doing them every day. So we're gonna start off. I'm gonna start off with my 3, starting with also including the everybody gets 1. And I will tell you, finding a reference image of Spider-Mare, very interesting. Because it's like half of the images are either Pinkie Pie or Rainbow Dash with obvious mane and tail poking out. Half of them are just basically Spider-Man in a pony costume. You don't even have a tail outset, so it's just basically like a bodysuit with no tail, which I have no idea how that would even work. So I kind of adapted a Spider-Man costume to have a tail slot, but obviously not the mane. So yeah, there it is. Circuit, Mane, and Spider-Mare.
Swinging from a web. Kissing.
Honestly, this was kind of fun to make. I ended up doing multiple layers for both Circuit and the carried position Spider-Mare themselves. So I really wish I could have made it look more like they were swinging rather than just kind of hanging there. So, but, you know, I was adapting a lot of things to that, so. Then, one other one I did I was especially proud of because I just kind of went a little nuts was, Retro. Twilight Sparkle in a, let's just face it, it's basically one of those, not spa outfits,
Jazzercise would be the correct terminology.
Not jazzercise, no. It was basically just like workout outfit, an 80s workout outfit.
Jazzercise came later.
Yeah. But yeah, no, this one was especially nuts for me, just because I just went nuts on the hair, and essentially I was just like, you know what, who should I put in like this? You know what, I'll put in Twilight Sparkle. Literally no plans. I just slapped it all together and just kind of went with it.
Okay, well, actually, it's actually simpler than you think. Literally just a leotard and leggings.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's leotard and leggings. They were usually used for workouts in the 80s. The sunglasses were a little bit harder to find a reference for. You type in 80s sunglasses, you're thinking you're going to find something freaky. They were surprisingly normal outside of the weird blinder shades.
Yeah, like the biggest one were the blinders, but that was it.
Yeah, I ended up finding some interesting ones that kind of did this weird rainbow thing, so I kind of went with it. And this one, I'm surprised. This one I actually made today. And this one I'm especially proud of because I realized why in the world I have been making my life so difficult with making art.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's the thing. I've always had the hardest I had an easy time when I'm just drawing on pencil and paper and drawing an image, while when I'm trying to do it on a tablet, I seem to struggle like hell. And I think I finally discovered why. When I was drawing this, the head here was like 2 times as big. And while I was sitting there and I'm deleting it, I'm just like, how in the hell did I get this head so big? And then it finally clicked on me. When I'm actually when I got the initial outline, that's fine and fair, and then I zoom in.
Oh.
I zoom in and that's when I start working on the eyes, the ears, the mouth. I actually reshape the head to make it more roundish. And unfortunately, because I'm zooming in, I'm only focusing. Essentially, I'm like here. I'm focusing on the head. I'm getting all of the details here. But I'm not looking at what the head looks like compared to everything else. So by the time I look at everything else, The body is too small. The legs are stumpy or too long or they're short or they're crookedly weird. And it just finally dawned on me. It's like, I'm making this so much harder on me than I had to.
You should have gone for the head.
So I realized that I kept myself zoomed out while I actually finished off the rest of the body. And the legs actually look proportionally right. The body looks proportionally right. The tail fin could have used some work, I admit. That one kind of feels a little weird there. Yeah, that's what killed me. And I even practiced on it with the other one that I did today. Granted, I drew this one in about an hour and change. But yeah, I had a bit of an easier time with this altogether because I kept everything in sight when I was actually making the general idea of the look. So I think I finally found a crossroads on my art, on my art practice. And I hate myself that it took me this long.
Sometimes you can be told something, but you don't ever really think about it until you get your head beaten in by it.
Yeah, fair enough. By the way, points to anybody who gets the reference.
Meow.
All right. Anyway,
DM.
Yeah, the
So that
cat's
was-
quite off.
those are my shenanigans. Let's go ahead and show off everybody else's wonderful creations that they made throughout the 2 weeks. And we actually did get
Kitty,
quite a
stop
few.
it.
Wow.
Cat says no.
Yeah.
Cat says, screw you. I'll meow what I want. Wow. Do we need to give you a minute, Ann? You good?
That's a yes.
Alright.
Anyway.
Alright.
Alright, sorry everybody. Give me a second. I'm literally scrolling all the way up to see where we left off in regards to
It
the
would
art
be
here.
day 10.
Yeah, I got that. Well, not exactly day 10. Let's start off Brainstorm, who brought in Sally.
Yes. Look at that fluffy friend.
Yep. Of course, Sally, a protogen from the furry community, but like we said, it doesn't matter if it's pony or whatever art. We will showcase any and all art that it's in our content creation, as long as it's within our actual age restrictions and such.
And I think this is another one of their characters.
Yep. And it's a fun little protogen, though. Little bit of a belly there. Hopefully not too much more, or else they're not going to be able to fit in their protogen equipment.
It's fine.
Yeah, I saw that, Kasukai. Don't worry, I will get to that.
Yes, the Tom.
Tum,
Yes,
tum, tum,
exactly.
tum. Okay.
Just more to hug you with. It's fine.
And from Deathlight, we have an older Bailey.
Oh yeah, and the artist that first actually made Bailey for me, and then his aged up version. I love it when an artist absolutely loves a character because she wants more. She wants more Bailey.
All right,
Yeah,
this one's aged
let-
up, so you can go ahead and do the shipping now with her.
Exactly, it's fine.
See, even the owner agrees. Granted, I'd be careful. She probably bites.
Oh,
A
she
lot.
does.
Of course, we also have to do the
She
cute
most
one.
definitely
So
bites.
here's Dino Nuggies,
Oh, Dino Crackers.
Dino Crackers.
Gotta get the last cracker.
Gotta get the large crack.
Just remember who you're dating, folks.
And next thing you know, going to be running around like a cat with the box stuck on their head.
yes, exactly.
And next we have Willow from Brainstorm as well. Looks like another OC character that they've been working on. And I think they posted the 2 reference images that they used to create the Willow. I'm not entirely sure. These were actually part of it.
a
Yes,
neat
that's the
OC.
same character. You can
Ah,
tell
yeah.
the kind the way the back legs just look like they come all the way up like stockings.
Yeah.
And one
Gotta
of the other
love-
images is the sister.
Oh, okay. Thank you for the references on that.
They were messaging me about that. trying to figure out, should they be sisters? How am I supposed to do this? And I was like, they have different senses of style,
Fashion.
and that is exactly what you get with sisters.
Yep. Willow.
Oh, yeah.
Willow looks like Well, let's just say I wouldn't be surprised to see her in a furry convention. While I wouldn't be surprised to see her in a fashion show or JCPenney. You heard me. No, I'm kidding.
In a JCPenney.
JCPenney. I feel terrible about that one.
I would
They
say
both
it's
Wow.
at a hot topic. Come on
Wow.
now. Look at those boots.
All right. Really quick, Kalsakai threw this one up. Somber eyes on the soul. There's more to this. I just wanted to throw that out there.
Cool.
Don't worry, Kalsakai. We'll get to the actual and other entry that you have there. And we also
Oh,
have
yes.
this.
The
There's
drunk
Brony.
stream. The glory. Look at that stupid drunk chimera thinking that she's doing a headstand.
Yes.
Oh, thinking doing a headstand, not trying in an action pose, about to do a somersault.
Oh, yeah, somersault. Somersault or headstand. Nothing else.
Why?
It's fine.
And
I
of
thought
course,
just silly upside down pone.
Yeah.
all right, and now to throw one out there from somebody who's a little more new, and I'm absolutely happy about this. Sheol posted this one for Everybody Gets One.
That's Shoal.
Sheol,
It's a friend of mine.
Yeah,
She's been on the pre-show before.
yeah.
Aw.
Yeah, give her my thanks. This is really awesome, though.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
it's
it is.
great.
Yeah,
Shoal is great.
looks like you.
Just saying.
Yeah, it looks like Fluttershy's in your office, and if you don't only take one of the candies, she will beat you up. She'll spike your
She'll get you.
brownies. Yeah, she'll spike your brownies with laxatives.
Oh,
Oh, absolutely love it.
It's apparently actually based off of an image that is posted on the fridge at her work.
Oh,
that's beautiful.
nice. Now, Kelsakai, you're a horrible person.
I think they are a lovely person. Thank you very much.
No,
It's the
anybody
power
who
of the
likes
candy
candy
corn.
corn is horrible. Horrible.
Circuit.
Whack.
Circuit,
Yes.
fuck you.
Oh,
Thank you,
okay.
Theo.
I said likes candy corn. I can tolerate it.
You kidding me? I would and I have gladly mixed candy corn. And all the
Candy
other
corn
types
is
of
delicious.
candy.
Yeah, you know what? This proves that candy corn is literally the great divider of the world.
Like pineapple on pizza.
I actually tried to get a candy corn pizza for a Twiggy pick, but they didn't have any this year.
Scandalous.
Anyway, here's another Deathlight.
Yeah, Bailey and her mom.
Yeah.
Cute little baby getting a
we
fly.
all know who the favorite daughter is.
Just ignore the name.
It's fine. What are you talking about?
All right, and for Toa, the one automatically that's getting picked is the obvious everybody gets one image.
And I combined it with today's prompt of impaled.
Honestly, I couldn't tell.
It's subtle.
I'm sorry, but if I'm going and dealing with more vampires, I need more than one stabby.
You do see there's 3 other stabbies on the side behind the sign.
I still need more.
I'm feeling called out all of a sudden. All right, Toa, pick 2 more for me to throw because
I will go with day 10 because it's a little bit of a comedy for me.
You had to pick one way up there, didn't you?
You did.
Yeah, but I was already up there. Now I have to go back. All right, this one is Hanahaki.
Basically, the flower disease that happens whenever you love somebody and you have unrequited love.
Wow, they're getting really weird with this Gortober stuff. Okay, and the last one?
Honestly, day 11 since you're already up there, because I said, you know what? They say insect. I'm going to draw the grossest common writer I know.
Well, you definitely did a good job of that.
And for anyone that want to ask, yes, this is actually based on something real. I toned it down.
And of course, we do have a story by Vaguely Creepy called Paper Shredder, and we will get to that.
Right.
We'll get to that in just a moment. Well, we're also going to hit up Kazakai, who threw up a news update for the Soul Calibur 6 Brony Show Season 2 universe. Taken from the files of the Point Spam Research Facility, please note that some of the data corruption occurred during the file retrieval process. I want a status update. Research scientist. Savage Show has been completely scrapped. There's no way to rebuild them now. As expected, an acceptable loss. What about the construction of the Mach 2s? Research scientist 2. Buzz, Toa, and Crazy are ready for field testing, but Toa still requires more programming time. Then it shall receive it. Everything is going exactly as I've foreseen. Soon this world will be mine to reshape however I see fit. And I'll be able to bring her back.
Chaos Sky, you have me intrigued, and I already know of the sound wave connection.
So is Buzz Toa going to be like Buzz Beer or Buzz Cola?
Buzzsaw.
Buzzinga. Alright. And with that, we'll get to the story by Vaguely Creepy. Paper Shredder. It's been a long time since we had a Vaguely Creepy story, so I'm excited to see what comes of this.
Just how creepy is it? Is it suitable for audiences of our age?
All I know is I'm quickly double checking to make sure there isn't anything interesting on the right side there before we start reading. Because DeviantArt has caught me off guard before. Alright, let's go ahead and get started here.
I have already scrolled through this to figure out where I start.
Alright. Meanwhile, back at the library.
Like I said, let's chat, big guy.
Lowering his foreleg, Oak Timber took a deep breath and gave his leg a powerful flex, forcing every last thumbtack to pop out of his skin from the sheer pressure of his muscles, contracting. As the bits of metal went scattering all over the ground, he chuckled.
You're one dumb horse if you think you can take me all by yourself, Tidy. Be sure I'm listening.
No. You're going to be talking. And you're going to tell me everything about you and your friends and why you're trying to hurt us.
Crazy Matt said, unfazed by the display of brawn as his remaining tacks floated back out of sight into his saddlebag.
Yeah? And how are you going to make me do that?
Oak asked, equally unfazed by his unfazedness. Oak's pink opponent stretched his neck a bit as he replied.
Well, I am a bouncer, so I kind of figured I'd bounce your head off the pavement until you tell me what I know.
Is that so?
Oak sneered. Crazy Matt simply nodded.
Yep, bouncer, Lord. Making huge jerks go away is just, kind of my thing.
Oak let out another loud laugh.
And you're a mod. Oh, I'm terrified. You're gonna hit me with your band hammer?
Crazy Matt shook his head at his saddlebag's flap flipped open magically.
No. I don't use a band hammer.
He drifted off while a lump of metal rose from the bag. It was long, oval-shaped, with fins at one end and a pointed spike at the other. Clearly far more dangerous than the children's toy that it, though some catastrophic lapse in judgment and product safety, was designed to be. As it spun in the air to point right at Oak, the magenta stallion fixed his opponent with the steely glare of someone who'd had quite enough of your nonsense for the day. Thank you very much.
The hell?
Oak half mumbled, bewildered.
I prefer lawn darts.
Crazy Matt finished, assuming a ready stance, waiting for Oak to make the first move. Seeing his opponent had drawn a proper weapon, Oak decided to waste no time and begin the fight. Shouting mightily, he brought his hoof down, and through the paved ground the pair were standing on, sending rubble flying right at Crazy Matt from the force of the impact. At the long distance of the attack, Crazy Matt was able to easily avoid most of the debris, deflecting the rest with his own projectile. Using his own attack as cover, Oak charged, only to find Crazy Matt nimbly dodging to the side before directing his dart to stab right into Oak's leg. Crazy Matt felt a moment of triumph when the tip hit home, only for the feeling to immediately fade as it stopped barely even a quarter inch into Oak's chest. With his raw strength, Oak had squeezed his muscles so tight that they effectively caught his dart. As Crazy Matt used his magic to wrench his weapon free of the sinewy prison, he and Oak began dancing around the square, ducking and weaving, charging and dodging, kicking and launching, breaking and stabbing, dosing and kicking. Despite his significantly smaller size, Crazy Matt seemed to be proving a match for Oak, but neither one of them were gaining the advantage as the fight wore on. Meanwhile, the two had become so engrossed in their battle that neither one had noticed a bookish shoulder mare come out of the library, watching them with a kind of severe displeasure only librarians and nosy grandmothers could properly express. Having had her fill of destruction and of being ignored, Velma turned with a huff and went inside, looking for the junk magazines. A moment later, she reemerged and chose to make her presence very known.
That is quite enough.
The fighting equines both stopped and turned just in time to see Velma leap into the air in a graceful, yet viciously fast spin before coming to a stop midair as her wings flared out, sending dozens of projectiles flying across the pavilion. They moved too fast to be identified, but whatever they were, they sliced through the air as easily as they sliced through the plants, the stones, and of primary concern for Oak, through his impenetrable muscle, leaving him with a number of shallow gashes across his legs and sides. My body is cringing because I can only assume what this is, and I do not like it. The only reason his face remained unscathed was because he raised his forelegs to shield it at the last second. This proved quite useful in allowing him to stare incredulously at the stern mare, now glaring them both down from atop the steps of the library's front door.
The hell was that?
Oak yelled, angry at having his fight interrupted. Velma met his gaze easily and sniffed.
Some time ago, very generous patron donated an ancient Nipponi manuscript detailing an origami-based martial art. I was intrigued, so I've been pursuing it in my spare time.
Somewhere in the world, an anime watcher realized that this is read or die.
Origami based?
Crazy Matt started.
Martial art.
Oak finished. Tech.
What about the outlook between the two adversaries?
That's before.
Paragraph before that.
Yep.
Sorry, I did not see the attribute. Can you zoom into that a little bit, Circuit?
Okay. Okay, sorry, that was dumb.
This is why I have it up on my own side.
Okay, sorry, I couldn't resist.
And anyway, oh, absolutely. Legend has it that the ancient masters could cleave through stone in a single strike with it.
The Pegasus explained before holding a wing menacingly. Torn sheets of the fortnightly ponderer nestled between the feathers.
Would you like to see what it can do? To your skull?
Oak looked between his two adversaries and the damage their respective weapons had caused while fighting him. He was big, and he was strong, but flesh and muscle can only do so much against that many blades. Analyzing his situation carefully, the large earth pony came to a conclusion.
You both suck.
And with that, he turned and fled. Not having expected Oak to run, or the librarian to be some kind of paper-wielding ninja, Crazy Matt stood stunned for a moment before turning to the ladder.
Thanks for the help, Velma, and for not hitting me.
Everybody gets one, dear.
Oh, okay. Velma replied, nonchalantly dusting off the sleeve of her blouse.
You boys did help clean me up, after all. And so we're clear. I'm sure you could have handled him just fine. I just wanted to prevent any more damage to my library than was necessary.
Yeah, that's fair.
Crazy Matt shrugged. The librarian raised an eyebrow and nodded her head in the direction Oak had fled.
Well, aren't you going to chase him?
Oh, yeah, I guess I should. Thanks again for the help.
Crazy Matt called over his shoulder as he started off to either find Oak or find his friends, whichever came first.
Thank you for yours.
Velma shouted back, watching him go. Once he was out of sight, she spoke quietly to herself.
Nice boys. Absolute dorks, but nice. Cliff, Craig, unhitch Jimmy from the AV cart this instant.
The yell was not to herself, as she had turned back into the library to frustratingly deal with her employees' strange prospectory shenanigans.
Ugh, where did I put that pumpkin spice latte?
Haha.
Little did she
And,
know
yeah,
she put it in the
according
pumpkin
to
spice
Vaguely-
carrot cake.
According to Vaguely, year and a half?
It's been a while. Yep, year and a half back when the chapter took a long time to be able to work with the weekly theme. Got something, let me use what I'm dreaming. Everybody gets one. Crazy it may seem, I did intentionally try and finish it, but we'll see how it pounds out. Until then, enjoy. Also, friendly reminder, commissions. Yeah, commission Vaguely. He's lovely. His art is good. His writing is fun. Yeah, he's a tour de force. If he knew how to make music, he wouldn't be unstoppable. Or does he know how to make music?
It's fun to see thoughts of how lawn darts do in hand-to-hand combat. I always think of them as I'm throwing it and you're at least 10 feet away kind of things.
Well, you also have magic, so that means you can throw it, catch it, throw it, catch it.
Pop it, twist it, pull it.
Guess what?
So,
We're gonna have to pick it.
Are we still doing the puzzle? Or
No, at this point, I think we're kind of out of time on the puzzle. By the time we even got the puzzle going, we'd be out of time. We'd have to get out of it.
next week?
Maybe we'll see what happens next week. I might actually have time to plan. But for now,
yeah, Draconicus did put a thing in the chat earlier for this.
Yep. Saw it.
Did he?
A Night with Ember G4 for the pick a wheel. DM.
What?
Oh yeah, that was posted a while
Oh,
back.
yeah. Yeah, Night with Ember G4.
Cole put in a good picture for the puzzle next week.
Was it in the content creation or somewhere else? Because I don't.
No, it was in the Twitch
Twitch
chat.
chat.
Twitch chat.
Oh,
Wait, I did.
Or did you put it in
Chat.
voice text too? No, you
He
didn't.
put it in voice
Twitch
text too.
chat. Twitch.
Okay.
Oh, voice-
I meant no. Oh
okay.
no. Okay. We're having 3 different conversations at the same time.
Yeah, he was talking about Vaguely's. Suki was talking about my suggestion.
And Tech God called.
Oh! I didn't even start putting in yet. Okay, so what was your suggestion again?
A Night with Ember G4.
Night with Ember. Okay. Well, I guess I would assume the G4 Ember, but I'll go ahead and make sure I put that in there. Butter. Just to check, Vaguely, is something Halloweeny the actual prompt, or are you trying to think of something Halloweeny? And I got the madness. Crawling. Got it.
So I'm stretching a bit on this one, but I also just had stupid words going through my head. God damn it! I've turned off my keyboard. Hang on.
Why you keep turning it off? I don't care.
Spoopy.
What?
I had distracted one of them.
Oh, Snoopy.
Hey, we're more like 2 of them,
Snoopy,
but yeah.
Poopy, whoopy, poopy. Okay.
I just had stupid words going through my head, and I had to type them out.
Soapy?
Yeah, that did start spelled correctly, but then I decided to make it fit the theme. and then I made.
Is that third one supposed to be spooky, or is it just
No.
soapy?
No, it's soupy. I went soupy.
Okay.
Yeah, I just decided screw it. I'm not gonna spell it right. I'm just gonna make these just fit. And then eventually I made up words.
Hey, Draconic Voice, just a heads up, the TTX relay is just relaying things from the RSC to the Twitch. It's not an actual person.
Yeah. But he's responding to Vaguely, so.
Well, no, Something went wrong.
Yeah,
You
I
think so?
thought it would respond as the same because it's showing up in Twitch, but I guess not.
Oh,
No.
yeah, no.
Fair enough. All right,
Yeah, that-
fair enough. Oh, that's the big thing I forgot. You know what? While we wait for everybody others' entries, I forgot the one big thing that I was going to make on the well, technically it's show news, but it's actually really big news, and I'm happy news, and I've been freed. The shackles are finally off. Twitch recently announced at their TwitchCon that they're going to allow for simultaneous broadcasting on multiple platforms now, even if you are an affiliate status.
So I'm guessing you're going to get your personal channel so you can do both?
I can do both. I can affiliate status both our Twitch channel, our Brony Show channel, and my personal channel. We can actually have Brony Show smileys and a really big setup and really start to have fun with people with the show. And also with my own personal Twitch, I can start doing smileys and setups and soundboards and all sorts of fun things. The things I've been having to hold back on because I love our YouTube audience and I don't want to alienate you guys either. The bar has been lifted. The shackles released.
You just had a dangerous amount of art.
I've just opened up a dangerous new world. I admit it, and I'm very happy for it.
World.
But the best part about all of this is if we can if the podcast does well, we can get the podcast going well enough. We can actually use the funds to really start working on the site and everything else for the show.
Oh god, that would be lovely.
I know, right?
I keep finding that it's chugging whenever I go to update this header.
I know. I really am. I feel bad about that. All right. Anybody else have any other entries before we go ahead and roll this? Everything on the picker wheel. Chaos, is that a what is what? Chaos Sakai, could you reiterate on that? Is everything on the picker wheel your actual selection or mine? Okay, everything on the picker wheel. Great. Chaos Sakai is basically just saying everything, including the sink.
But is that going to be everything that's currently on the picker wheel, or just the concept of everything on the picker wheel?
Yes.
You figure it out.
Ow!
Okay, if it comes to that, screenshot it.
No. It could be that it could just be an image of somebody holding up the picker wheel, and it's literally just like you got little tiny slivers of literally everything. Actually, I can even make a joke about that now that I think about it. Just like Circuit. It's like at the back of a bar, giant wheel with like so many different slivers. You can't even name it. It's like, okay, this is how we're gonna decide where we're going to eat.
Yes, vaguely. My brain meats hurts.
By the way, CMC, if you look at Ponies on the Line, Spectrum has a thing for me because
guess
of
what?
my impalement
Rolling.
post.
No! Oh!
How close is that sliver?
I don't know.
You
Okay.
were so close to true
Oh
madness.
my god. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Wow. Circuit, that is literally a pixel.
I
That is
know.
literally a pixel.
Holy crap.
Oh wow. That really is madness right there.
Trying to hurt my brain, Chaos.
Oh no. Okay. So apparently
Madness.
oh wow.
Different kind of madness, but madness.
Absolutely delightful. All right, deep breath. Okay, so madness is next week's prompt. Called us.
Haunted.
Okay.
Haunted. Should I leave the Ponytober prompts up on there as well?
You can. You can. Actually, go for the Ponytober prompts. Sure, why not? Yeah. We're still in October. Yeah.
All right. And just for everybody to know, I am and will be putting up the images and everything onto the show notes a little bit later. I can't do it right now because I literally have so many Chrome tabs open that it's actually no longer thumbnails. It's just a giant list of things, and it's just going to make my life horrible to try to get the links and put them in. So it will come a little bit later.
By the way, just because I am nice, there's that flavor preserved.
God, I think I felt my heart stop for a second there. Oh.